Get your motor running. Head out on the highway, looking for adventure. And whatever comes our way. Yeah, darling, go make it happen. Take the world in a loving.
Hey guys, it's Mike, the Bald Adonis. Today, I'm going to talk about the past and some of the poor choices that I made. In some of the last videos, I was talking about some of those poor choices, and today we're going to talk about one of them. Today we're going to talk about 5/11/1991, back when I was 22 years old. I had long, blonde, flowing hair. I had a Ninja 600R motorcycle, and on that day, I was driving around with the cutest girl on the back of the bike. It was a great day. Drove her around for a while, dropped her off. I was going to have a drink at a bar down the street. Now, at the set of lights, I'm sitting there. It's about 11 o'clock at night. Another person pulls up to me on another bike. I knew him, not that well, but I knew who he was. And he goes, "Hey, you going to the bar?" I said, "Yes, I am." He goes, "Well, I'm gonna meet you there." He takes off. I drop my helmet, I get down the bike, I floor it. Wah, wah, wah. Here comes the first corner. It's about a 90-degree turn, wide open, fresh pavement. Fresh pavement, and I'm on it. And I never went so fast on this bike. I was feeling the moment, and I was loving it until it was time to take the next corner. There was another left. I lost control. I remember going right over the handlebars, right into a tree, head first, smashed the helmet right off my head. I ricocheted off the tree and some trash. Next thing you know, I look up, I could see a compound fracture. The bone is sticking right out of my leg. Just ripped the whole leg apart. I'm sitting there, I see my bike way down the street, and I have people coming around, seeing how I'm doing. But I don't get that I'm hurt, I'm just on the ground. And I'm asking, "How's my bike doing? How's my bike doing?" And people are like, "Who gives a fuck about the bike, dude? We gotta get you to the hospital." So I'm sitting there all confused, and next thing you know, the cops are there, ambulance is there. They take me to the hospital in Boston, and at that moment, as soon as I get there, already they're talking about cutting my leg off. I was beside myself. I'm like, I don't know what to do. My parents were there, and all I remember is they were gonna cut the leg off, and that's all I remember at that point, until I woke up, and my leg was in a position up with all the contraptions on the bed. So they were able to save my leg. A woman surgeon put a rod through my leg, and I had the halo, what do you call them, Doc? The halo.
Yeah, they're like, well, it is. It's just a halo. It's a fracture healer.
Yeah, so all external rods sticking about maybe eight inches out of my bone. So I had two at the bottom, two here, and with the brace right there to hold it all in. So I had to live like that for about maybe 6 months. And then slowly, I had to take those rods out and go through the long process of physical therapy. It took me about a year to learn how to walk again on my own. So yeah, 22 years old, I wasn't that bright. Driving around like a maniac on my motorcycle, I made poor choices. So the point of this story, guys, my poor choice for speeding, living in the hospital with a broken leg, I could have killed myself, worried my family, all because of a poor choice. I'm not saying not to enjoy your motorcycle, just be a little bit more responsible.
Hey, can I jump in? I wanted to ask you a question.
Absolutely.
You were talking about asking about your motorcycle at that time. Seems like you were really in denial of a lot of things if you were just worried about a damn motorcycle at that time. You could have killed somebody on that damn bike that day.
Absolutely.
Let alone yourself, huh? What was it like after that? I mean, I've never had an injury like this, so what is it like when you're laying in a friggin' hospital bed, mangled, wondering what's next. What's running through your head?
Running through my head is, how am I gonna walk again? I see this, I can see the bone through this, I can see the bone. It's not, they had to take layers of skin tissue off my right leg, put it over that, and you can still see the bone. So, just that alone, just, I don't know.
It sounds like that image is still in your head.
It is in my head, and even now, every day, it's a reminder
Yeah.
of what I've gone through.
You went through a lot. What was the day?
5/11/91.
It's right behind you on the board,
right
too.
behind me on the
You'll
board.
never forget it, will you?
No, absolutely not. Until recently, I was riding. But this time I got a Harley Davidson, a lot slower. But today's cameras and phones, people are texting. I got cut off again. Well, somebody cut me off. I was like, because they're on the phone. So that's it, I'm done. I can't go down again. And it's been 8 years since I've been on my motorcycle.
Better choice then, huh?
Better choice, smarter choice. I just never felt comfortable after the accident.
Right.
Just never felt comfortable. And at the time, I would have girls on the back of the bike. I'm like, now I gotta take responsibility for somebody else.
Right.
So
How old were you then, Mike?
I was 22.
So you're
22 then.
22, you really didn't have a lot of life experience.
No,
But
no,
you got a
not
lot
at all.
that day.
No, I did.
Yeah.
No, I didn't have any respect for the bike. You know how powerful it was, and how quickly it rocketed me into a tree.
Right, it could all go wrong.
Right.
It did. But you came through it somehow. Here you are today. A lot of stuff has transpired between the time you were 22 and where you are today. You know, it sounds like you still have that image in your head of what had happened back then. What do you see yourself in the future? How does a moment like that turn into something good?
Yeah, I could have died. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I just don't think about that part of it.
Right. So it's really that date, 5/11/91, was just another one of those pivot points in life, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
When you think back, you wish you hadn't done it.
Those few years were a mess.
Yeah. But you know, some people would say that the stuff they've done in the past actually helps them now in the future. It helps to give them a sense of awareness of who they are and how to make better choices.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you want going forward now with all of this? I mean, I'm sure everybody at home is psyched because there's a guy who's, you know, willing and has the courage to share the stuff that he's gone through. What's on the horizon for the Ball Adonis? What are you trying to do? You're going to move to Arizona? You're going to keep doing videos?
Well, I'd like to do some more videos, and I got a bunch of things to talk about. You know, some of the other things that went wrong in the past, and just go from there. And just, you know, yeah, like you said, at 22 years old, 21 years old, you don't know where you're at.
Right.
You know, unless you had, you know, your college already planned out and this and that, and you're already doing something. I didn't have that.
Right.
I didn't have none of that.
It seems like the choices that you made back in the day were like, they were big choices that could frig you up. They weren't the little ones. I mean, people
No.
would say, well, you're going to make a few bad choices. You know, you dated the wrong person or you
Yeah,
bought the wrong
yeah.
car.
Mine were very life-changing experiences.
And life-threatening.
Life-threatening as well, yes.
Yeah. So going forward, I can only expect great things.
More positive things to come.
Yeah. You know, and I'm going to turn the camera around for a second and show myself. You guys ready? Do you mind?
No, good.
Okay, wait, hold on.
'Cause you're a selfie hoe.
I'm a selfie man. Hold on. Oh, so you know what? It doesn't let me come back.
Really?
Because it's still running. But
Oh, that's
I
too
wanted
bad.
to tell people at home just that, you know, I met you 2 years ago and you have evolved so much, and that your choices that you keep making are way, way better choices than you had made in the past, even in the 2 years that I've known you. And the idea that you would stand up in front of a camera and speak about your life is absolutely awesome. So I got to give a little props to you right there.
Thank you.
And for our people out there who are watching your videos, I think it's just, if they can get anything by, you know, understanding what you've lived through and what you've gone through, that's some pretty awesome stuff. I know when we talked off camera, you said that was important to you. So what would you like these young kids and people out there to know going forward about choices?
So the choices that you make, besides yourself, there's other people involved. If you get into a car accident, a motorcycle accident, whatever the case may be, it's not just you. It's going to be somebody else involved. In my case, after the accident, it was my family, my parents, my sister. You know, they had to live with the burden of taking care of me. So.
And potentially losing you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure your parents thought of that. Oh my God, they got a call.
Right, they did.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
Sometimes we think like, oh, you know, what's the big deal? The big deal is that it affects other people who love and care for you as well.
Yes.
So going forward, are we about to kick ass or what's the deal? He's like, I'll kick your ass, Doc. That's what's going to happen. But seriously, though,
Yeah.
I like making these videos with you and watching you progress. What can we look for Big Mike in the future?
Just more videos, a lot more information that I've been learning, especially with you the past couple of years. And hopefully my stories can help somebody else. You know, even if it's not, I don't know the word I'm looking for, even if it's just something, you know, they can relate to.
Right.
You know, that's, I guess what's people's common thing is what they can relate to.
Right.
You know, sometimes it can't be just, I did this, watch out for that. It's not going to happen.
Right.
But if something did happen to somebody else, at least they can feel they're not alone.
Right.
So this is the Bald Adonis, and we're going to see you the next time.